Discover the rich and vibrant traditions behind traditional Jamaican marriages, where culture, family, and celebration come together in unforgettable ways. From the time honored courtship rituals and family blessings to lively wedding ceremonies filled with music, dance, and delicious food. Jamaican weddings are a beautiful blend of African, European, and indigenous influences. Whether you are curious about the symbolic customs like jumping the broom or want to learn about the famous Jamaican rum cake, this detailed guide will take you on a cultural journey through Jamaican's unique wedding heritage. I welcome you to my channel, AAR Counseling and Peace. My name is Adiyemi Adiwale. Today's episode is titled Unveiling Traditional Jamaican Wedding Practices and Their Meaning. Unveiling Traditional Jamaican Wedding Practices and Their Meaning. Before I proceed, please do not hesitate to call us for counseling if you need counseling and prayers or you want us to talk to your loved ones who are in need of prayers and counseling. Please call us on our telephone number displayed on the screen +234 810 232 7268. Please like, share, click the notification bell, and also please leave your comments below. Back to the topic for discussion today, unveiling traditional Jamaican wedding practices and their meaning. Jamaican weddings have a rich history influenced by African, European, and indigenous traditions. Marriage has long been considered a sacred institution, not only binding the couple but also bringing together families and the wider community. While modern trends have influenced wedding customs, many aspects of traditional Jamaican marriage remain deeply rooted in the country's cultural heritage. I will be discussing them step by step. The first step is courtship and engagement traditions. Courtship and engagement traditions. Courtship in traditional Jamaica was a family centered process where relationships were often nurtured under the watchful eye of elders and the community. How to find a partner. In early times, potential partners met at social gatherings such as church services and events. Since Christianity is deeply embedded in Jamaican culture, churches were common places for couples to meet. Marketplaces and village gatherings. Markets were social hubs where young men and women could interact. Festivals and community celebrations, music and dance were ways people connected and showed interest in potential partners. Parental involvement and arranged marriages, where marriages were not strictly arranged. Parental involvement was crucial. Families played a significant role in approving relationships. In rural communities, elders, particularly grandmothers, often influenced marriage decisions based on factors such as family reputation and standing in the community, financial stability and work ethic of the groom, and the bride's ability to manage household duties. Bride price, called lobola in local parlance. Bride price. Historically, the groom's family will offer a form of bride price or dowry to the bride's family known as lobola in African cultures. These could include the following: money, land, livestock, e.g., goats, cows, etc., household items to help the couple start their home. Although this practice is no longer common in some traditional communities, symbolic gifts are still exchanged between families. Two, the second step is pre-wedding rituals. Pre-wedding rituals and traditions. Before the wedding, a variety of ceremonies and customs took place to prepare the couple for married life. The first one under this step is setting up or pre-wedding celebration. Setting up or pre-wedding celebration. The setting up was a vibrant pre-wedding gathering similar to a rehearsal dinner. However, unlike modern intimate affairs, these were open to the entire community. It featured live music, dancing, and feasting. Friends and family offered blessings, gifts, and advice to the couple. Elders often shared proverbs and wisdom about marriage. Elders often shared proverbs and wisdom about marriage. The second part of this step is kitchen tea, similar to a bridal shower. Kitchen tea. This was a woman-only event where the bride's female relatives and friends gathered to celebrate her upcoming marriage. Guests brought gifts such as kitchenware, linens, and household items. Older women shared marital advice and domestic tips. It was a time for storytelling, laughter, and sisterhood. The third part of this stage is blessing. Blessing by elders. Elders played a central role. Elders played a central role in traditional Jamaican marriages. The bride and groom will seek the blessing of parents and grandparents. Religious elders, such as pastors or village healers, might offer prayers for a fruitful and happy marriage. The third step is traditional Jamaican wedding ceremony. The ceremony proper. The first part of this step is the venue where the wedding will take place. Church weddings. Christian remains the dominant religion in Jamaica, for your information. So most traditional weddings were held in churches officiated by a pastor or parish priest. Home weddings in rural areas. Weddings were often hosted at the bride's family home with large canopies and decorations. Outdoor and nature weddings. Some ceremonies took place under large trees or near rivers, incorporating elements of nature into the ritual. The second part of this step is traditional wedding clothing, the wedding clothing. Bride's dress. Traditionally, brides wore white dresses with lace, often handmade by local seamstresses. Some brides incorporated brightly colored head wraps or African inspired fabrics to honor their heritage. Groom's attire. The groom usually wore a formal suit, though in early times he might wear a white linen outfit with a red sash, symbolizing love and strength. The third part of this step is rituals and symbolism. Rituals and symbolism. Tying the knot. Some couples included a symbolic act of tying their hands together with a ribbon or cloth to represent unity. Now we come to jumping the broom. Jumping the broom. This is a tradition with African roots. It is a tradition with African roots where the couple jumped over a broom to signify sweeping away their old lives and stepping into the new life together. Exchange of vows and rings. Exchange of vows and rings. Similar to Western traditions, couples exchanged vows and rings to symbolize commitments. The fourth part of this step is community involvement. Community involvement. Unlike modern weddings where guest lists are curated, traditional Jamaican weddings were open to the entire village. It was common for hundreds of people to attend, even if they were not personally invited. The first step is the wedding reception. The wedding reception, that is a grand celebration. The wedding reception was a lively and elaborate feast filled with music, food, and dancing. Traditional food served at Jamaican weddings include the following: curried goat, a must-have at Jamaican weddings, slow cooked with spices, jack chicken or pork grilled over pimento wood for a smoky flavor, rice and peas, that is a staple at celebration in Jamaica. Fried plantains and festival, that is sweet fried dumplings. We also have escovitch fish, that is a fried fish dish with vinegar-based sauce. The second part of this step is the wedding cake, the traditional Jamaican rum cake, the wedding cake. The wedding cake known as black cake or Jamaican rum cake was made with dried fruits soaked in rum for months or even years. A rich, dark, and moisture texture, sometimes multiple layers, with a top tier saved for the couple's first anniversary. The third part of this step is music and dancing. Traditional Jamaican wedding receptions featured live drumming, mento music, and later reggae and dance hall. The dancing was a mix of African inspired movements, waltzes, and Caribbean rhythms. Some reception lasted all night with guests celebrating until sunrise. The fifth part is post-wedding traditions and honeymoon, homecoming and village parade. Newlyweds were sometimes paraded through the village in a decorated handcraft or a horseback. This was a way for the community to celebrate the couple and offer their blessings. The second part is honeymoon at home. Unlike modern destination honeymoons, many couples in rural Jamaica spent their first weeks at home while being supported by their families. The bride's mother or elder women often visited to check on her well-being and offer guidance. The sixth step is evolution of traditional Jamaican marriages. Evolution of traditional Jamaican marriages. While many traditions remain, modern influences have reshaped marriage customs in Jamaica. They are as follows: smaller, more private weddings. That is, many couples now prefer intimate weddings rather than large community affairs. Destination weddings. Jamaica is a top wedding destination with many opting for beach weddings at luxury resorts. Less parental control over choices. Younger generations now have more independence in choosing their partners. More legal weddings instead of common law unions. In the past, many couples lived together as common law partners, but legal marriages are now more common. Traditional Jamaican marriage customs reflect a blend of African, European, and indigenous influences. These weddings were not just about the couple, but about uniting families and the entire community. While modernization has changed some aspects, many traditions, such as large community celebrations, family blessings, and the famous black rum cake, remain deeply cherished in Jamaican culture. Please like, share, click the notification bell, and also please leave your comments below. Thank you.